Hello everybody and welcome back to the Monster Madness YouTube channel where we talk all things spooky. This past weekend, last Saturday, I visited Reaper's Revenge, Haunted Hayride, and Attractions, and this video is going to be my review. Now, they didn't really allow me to use any of the footage that I captured from my behind the scenes tour, or any footage at that, as a matter of fact. I did have some footage I could show you, and I will put that in right here. Hello everybody and welcome back to the Monster Madness YouTube channel where we talk all things spooky. Today, as you can see, we are at Reaper's Revenge, Haunted Hayride, and Attractions, and it is a bumpin' night out here, and we have some new things for this year. I can show you around. There's some projection mapping like you can see in my interview, and there's some new props I've seen on my behind the scenes tour, which I'm not allowed to share, unfortunately, and I'm not allowed to record inside, but I can tell you all about that in a different video. But they do have like the projection mapping like Todd was talking about, and they like incorporated that in some of the scenes and stuff like that, but I can show you that. So here is the projection mapping. Now it's too light outside to do the projection mapping right now, but he's got, this is all new for this year. There's the bonfire, hold on, there we go, and there's the food stands, and they got like this zombie horse type like funeral service vehicle. Look in there, there's actually like a skeleton in there. They got like these skeletons up there, got a photo op over there, stuff like that. Yeah, so as you can see, that was the projection mapping out in the commerce area. They didn't have it on, it was just what they put up there that they project on later in the night. I did see it later in the night, and it's basically just, it looks like almost like a castle, and it's like a lot of people dancing, like zombies dancing and stuff like that. So that's pretty much the only change in the commerce area. I think it looks really nice. Nothing really new in the gift shop, but that's about all the footage I have to show you. But here's my review for this year, and what an amazing job they have put on this year. They have put on one of the best shows that they put on in a very long time since COVID hit. I feel like since COVID hit, there's been like a lack of actors and stuff like that. Although when COVID did hit, they added Delirium, and that kind of brightened things up for them a little bit. But this year, they really blew it out of the park. They've invested a lot of money in new animatronics and new sections, and some of it, like I would say, probably way over $10,000. That's like on the low end. They've invested into just animatronics themselves. But you start off noticing the changes on the first scene of the hayride. They had a old animatronic 2 years ago that they've had there for a couple years, and then last year they had a new animatronic that was like, they moved it. You will see it later in the haunt as well as the old one, but they have a brand new animatronic Reaper dude on the top of the castle in the first scene, and that was new. Other than that, nothing else about that scene is new. And then we ventured off into the woods a little bit, and the next thing that you will notice is the ring scene is different. Now, I don't want to give too much away because I can say something and you guys will know what's up, but I'm going to say anything different, but that will blow your mind. That scene, that scene is way better than it was any other year that I've been there. They really did something different, but it is still the ring. But they did do something different about it, and it makes it 100% better, I think. And the scare is a lot better on it. So, yeah, there's that. And then you went into the cemetery. A little piece of advice I got. Well, not really advice. A little tip. They told me that some of the tombstones, I'm not allowed to show you. But if you look at them, they are 100% real tombstones. If you look when you go, they are real tombstones that have been donated to Reaper's Revenge with real names on them and real people who died and stuff like that, and they've been donated to Reaper's Revenge. So if you look around, there's that. And then also on some of the tombstones, there is last names of people that they've made. Those are actually the last names of the owners. So if you look around there, there's a little Easter egg in the cemetery part of it there. But the main thing I did notice about the cemetery being different is the lighting when something happens. The lighting is improved, and they've got like a whole new lighting system. They still have the disco ball. Those of you who know what I'm talking about know, but they have they have added some other lights and stuff like that, and they've added a cement platform down where the dancers can dance, so they won't be like tripping in the dirt or whatever. I thought that was pretty cool too. Other than that, the next thing you will notice is Pumpkin Hill. This is where you will see another one of those new giant animatronics. This scene is just really awe-inspiring at night. Lots of lights. Look around. There's tons of pumpkins looking at you and stuff like that. And there's filled with fog. And there is a great scare in this part of the hayride that I'm not going to spoil. But there was that. And then the next thing, the next thing you came across is the temple scene. And that is pretty much the same. That was a new scene last year on the hayride. Back again for this year. There's not really much different that I can notice about it, but that is still an amazing scene to go by. Then the next you would go into Alice in Wonderland, and again, nothing was really different in there. I didn't really notice anything different. It's been the same. So after that was the spiders in the playground and stuff like that, and that's all the same. The next big difference really comes to the Jason scene. Camp Crystal Lake, they don't actually have a scare there this year. It's a little bit different. You'll see what I mean if you go. But that is a little bit different thing that they changed up this year. And then the next thing you will see is the hanging bodies in the woods. That scene is different. They no longer have Michael Myers there. It is really creepy what they did with it, and I really like it. But I'm not going to tell you what's going to go on because, again, I don't want to ruin the surprise. Then the Freddy Krueger scene is pretty much the same. Actor is great as always. One of my favorite actors at Reaper's Revenge is Freddy Krueger. And then you go to the security trailer and get off and head into the carnival. And that's where my carnival stories begins. Now, they completely redid how you get into the carnival. It is a lot different, and I'm not going to spoil it, but it's actually kind of confusing how you get into the carnival. It messes with your mind a little bit. So you go past that, and then you wait by the bridge, as normally, to get into the carnival. But then after you get on the bridge, the next big thing you will notice is when you go underneath the roller coaster through the Tunnel of Love. That is completely different. And again, there's a couple of new animatronics in there that you will see when you go through there they got me pretty good. But I'm not going to spoil anything, but that section is all different, and I want to keep the surprise for them this year. I do not want to ruin it. I will talk about it next year because people have gone through it, but I'm not going to ruin that for you guys. Yeah, after you get out of there, as normal, you go into Delirium after that. Delirium, the only thing different that I really noticed was the floor was painted with some designs and stuff like that. It was popping out a little bit. Other than that, there's not really much to say about Delirium, except it was great as always. And then you get back on the hayride and go through the House of a Thousand Corpses scene. Nothing really different there. Then after that, you go into the chainsaw scene, and there's nothing really different about there. But there's an Easter egg I could show you there. If you look to the left on the hayride, to the left of where you're going, you will see a giant pile of chainsaws. Well, you might see a giant pile of chainsaws. It might be too dark, but that is like the chainsaw graveyard. That is where they throw all the dead chainsaws that they destroy through the years. I think the lady told us when we were on the behind-the-scenes tour that was like a 3 years worth of a pile of chainsaws, which is quite a bit. Difference that you will see is in the final scene, there is a lot going on, okay? They got another one of those brand new animatronics in there. and you will not be disappointed with the last scene. It is insane, and I'm just going to leave it at that. So yeah, you get off the hayride, head into Pitch Black. Nothing different about Pitch Black, except you do not go through the elevator this year. You just walk right through it. I'm guessing either it was broken or for the flow to work out better. But you just walk through that, and then the rest of it is black. I couldn't really see anything other than that. Nothing really much going on there. Then the next big thing you will see that changed is Sector 13. There is a couple different new scenes in there, as well as a new animatronic that you will see when you're walking through there. Other than that, another new thing that I really should mention this year as well, now that I mentioned all of the attractions, is that there is no glow sticks. There is no glow necklaces. So you're going to go there and you're going to be touched. The only place that has a glow necklace is the Sector 13 walkthrough. I would get that because that is more of an intense walkthrough. But the rest of it, nope, there is nothing. You are on your own. So if you don't want to get touched, then I guess... Well, I mean, if you don't want to get touched, you won't really get touched that much. Where you get touched the most is Sector 13, and like I said, they have the glow necklace, so I wouldn't even worry about it too much. And if they do touch you, they're just going to touch like a little bit of your face or like your shoulder or grab your leg or something like that. They're not going to really like go after you like they would in Sector 13 and put you on a table and stuff. But that's a major change for this year, is that. And also, you still sign a waiver when you go in. That was pretty much my experience at Reaper's Revenge. I would give each attraction, let me rate each attraction, okay? So I would rate each attraction, the Haunted Hayride would have to be a 10 out of 10 for me. I think the Haunted Hayride is really amazing, really well done this year. The effects were great, lots of upgraded stuff. It was a really nice time and really fun. The Carnival, I would have to give an 8 out of 10. Actually, I would give the Carnival a 9 out of 10. They were really good this year. Lots of clowns everywhere, and it just really reminded me of a carnival with the with the Ferris wheel and the actual turning carousel and stuff like that, and the roller coaster. It really does remind you of a real carnival that's just been sitting there rotting for like ages, and really well done to them. And they actually have like a fun house you go through and everything, and the new scene just added to it, made it better for me. So yeah, 9 out of 10 for the Carnival. Delirium, I'd have to say 7 out of 10. Not my favorite, but it's a decent 3D haunt, really good 3D haunt actually, but it just didn't really tickle my fancy. If you like 3D haunts, that might be your thing. But it was well done for what it was. It just wasn't my personal favorite, so I give it a 7 out of 10. So, and then I have to rate Pitch Black, probably an 8 out of 10. So Pitch Black was really great. The only thing I kind of lost about that was I really enjoyed going through the elevator and the scene and stuff like that. That really added to it for me. But just walking through it kind of just ruined it a little bit, like ruined the mood a little bit. You're just walking straight through, and it kind of ruins the effect of the elevator. But, so yeah, so 8 out of 10 for that. And Sector 13, man, that was really good. I have to give that a 9 out of 10. Sector 13 was really amazing. The lighting was great. Guards were great as always. And you really feel like you're under military arrest when you're in there. They really take it seriously. And they, like, with the decontamination and everything like that. Yeah, a really great, solid haunted house. So I will add up those averages, and I will put them up on the screen right here. So that is the total score for the attractions of Reaper's Revenge. The atmosphere, I have to say, was a 10 out of 10. You go in there, you enter in through the long walk up to the ticket booth. And as soon as you reach the ticket booth, you have fog, lights, music, zombies dancing on the projection mapping. The gift shop looks creepy and great as always. You can see Sector 13 off in the background, hearing the helicopters pounding, and the strobe lights, and the fire, and the lasers and stuff. This is a really great Halloween atmosphere, and I have to say 10 out of 10 for the atmosphere. Really great place to go. Wonderful. Now, my terms of worth and value, we were there for about 2 hours, and it was $70 for a general admission. And you can pay $100 for a VIP to skip the line. We ended up getting VIP tickets with our behind-the-scenes tours, which was a $170 ticket. So we were there a lot longer, but the actual attraction part of it with the VIP ticket lasted about 2 hours. So that puts you about at $1.20 per minute of haunt, which actually is really good. That's a really good value, and I would really suggest it, getting the VIP, so you do not have to wait in line. Waiting in line is really tedious, and sometimes can be up to 4 hours of waiting because of how packed and how crowded they get. And let me tell you, people, crowds mean a lot, okay? If there is a giant crowd there, you know it's going to be a great haunt, and they were absolutely packed when we got there. You know, if you see a couple people there, I mean, it might be a hidden gem, but that's usually a sign that it's not that great. But Reaper's Revenge really does get packed every single year that they are open, and it reflects on them, and it shows that they're really good. You hear nothing but good reviews on this place. You look all over the place. They have amazing reviews, you know, but the price is kind of pricey. But again, the value is kind of worth it because you're getting these really big animatronics and props and sets and stuff, really thought out, things like that. And it's 100% worth it. And so I say, yes, go to Reaper's Revenge this year. You won't regret it. I will create a list of my top haunts this year, all the haunts that I visit. I will create a list, and I will post that to my YouTube on my YouTube Shorts, so you will see that. Coming up at the end of it's probably like the middle of November. You'll see that because these haunts go into November, so I don't know how many I'm going to visit this year or how many I'm going to get to visit, but I'm going to try to visit as many as I can and do it that way. So, yeah, that wraps up my review. That wraps up my review for Reaper's Revenge Haunted Hayride and attractions. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button down below, hit the post notification bell so you never miss a new post from me, and until next Saturday, stay spooky.